If you condemn the whole of your culture, you are
journey through the world, over land and over sea. I see different cultures and different people's ways. I was born where the sun never sets and never rises. I was born where the heat is like a second skin. Children crying on the streets, automobiles are making noise. The land is growing dry and weak, spirits dying low. The forefathers are calling me a never tire, never weaken. The pride in me is bursting loose, an African boy. On the farm, my father called me down behind a tree. He said, prostrate at my feet and say a few prayers. Then he told me all the stories of my brave ancestors. Said, look into my eyes, son, you were born to be great. So in the twilight I went home behind my father with a hoe, listening to the songs of birds. Whispers of the night I was singing, 7 goats, 7 beats, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy. Over sea, over land, over mountains in the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong. I'm an African boy. Mother called me down into her heart. She said, lay upon my bosom and say a few prayers. Then she told me to go forward, never looking back. The spirits are with you and you will never fail. So I go into the world, into the deeps, into the wild. In the marketplace I dance, the sound of bata dancing.
7 jumps, 7 wriggles, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy. Over sea, over land, over mountains and the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong. I'm an African boy.
7 beats, 7 carries, 7 knots, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy over sea, over land, over mountains and in the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong.
I'm an African boy.
Said I can feel it deep in my soul.
7 carries, 7 knots, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy.
I can feel it deep in my soul. This African boy, I can feel it deep in my soul. The future will be nice. 7 goals, 7 jumps, 7 wriggles, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've known. I want you walk me dancing over sea, over land, over mountains in the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong.
African boy. 7 jumps, 7 wriggles, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy. Over sea, over land, over mountains in the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong. I'm an African boy. 7 goals, 7 beats, 7 carries, 7 nuts, 7 lives, that's what I've got. I'm an African boy. Over sea, over land, over mountains in the wild. I'll be brave and I'll be strong. I'm an African boy.
Taxis waiting down on the street, so hurry up, I have to go. Looking round, you see all the people making faces very cold. Carry me away, far from the circles that never breaks. Hey, hey, hey. Going home, where this road goes I already know. Where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their sister. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. And there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, ayo. All locked in and ready for takeoff, so I could fly away. House is getting smaller the way up. In my heart a sunny day, dreaming of me on stage. 5 years of age and I'm not afraid. Hey, going home, where this road goes I already know. Where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their brother. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, ayo. Take me and embrace me as your own. Would you take me and embrace me as your own? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, 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 ayo. Taxis waiting down on the street, so hurry up, I have to go. Looking around, you see other people making faces very cold. Carry me away, far from the circles that never breaks. Hey, hey, hey. Going home, where this road goes I already know. Where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their sister. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. And there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, ayo. All locked in and ready for takeoff, so I could fly away. House is getting smaller the way up. In my heart a sunny day, dreaming of me on stage. 5 years of age and I'm not afraid. Hey, going home, where this road goes I already know. Where everybody cares for one another, and they take you as their brother. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, there's laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, ayo. Take me and embrace me as your own. Would you take me and embrace me as your own? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where the children run around, just laughing in the crowd. I hope it still remains the same. Ayo, 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 ayo. Where there's something in the song that makes you feel at home, and that's what's calling out my name. Ayo, 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 ayo.
Through the world, over land and over sea, I see different cultures and different people's ways. I was born where the sun never sets and never rises. I was born where the heat is like a second skin.
Mo kí gbogbo ilé o, àbọ̀rúbọ̀ yìí o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé ẹ ń gbọ́ mi dáadáa? Please, am I audible to the audience? I greet everyone. Welcome to today's program. Thank you for joining our class, our program today. So ẹ ṣé gan ni mo júbà fún ẹ̀yin bàbá wa àti ẹ̀yin ìyá wa tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní èní. Ok, ẹ ṣé gan sir. So aago so a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ní aago 8 tí ó ti lù báyìí. So a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò báyìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa power tap àti kádà share ètò yìí. Ká pín ètò ìsọdá àwọn èèyàn á lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. We need a larger audience. So ẹ power tap ẹ share ẹ ṣé gan ni. So ní èní a máa tẹ̀síwájú lórí ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wa tí à ń ṣe lọ lọ́wọ́. À ń ṣe àlàyé bó ṣe jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn ètò ẹ̀kọ́, àwọn ètò tí àwọn èèyàn ń kọ́ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ bí a ti gíga ni àbí ti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni àbí ti àárín ni ó jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn ètò yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ la nínú àṣà àti ìṣe wa tí ó wà nínú Ifá. So à ń ṣe àlàyé bó ṣe jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn ètò tá à ń kọ́ ní ayé òde òní tá à ń pè ní modern science and technology àti àwọn ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀mí tí wọ́n sì ní science, àwọn arts, humanities, gbogbo wọn ló wà nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe, ó wà nínú Ifá, ni ó wà nínú àṣà ìbílẹ̀. So à ń ṣe tí à ń ṣàlàyé lórí tí ètò ti oṣù yìí mọ́ oṣù tí ó ń bọ̀ tí ó dá lé lórí ní Ifá computer science. À ń ṣàlàyé bí ètò ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá tá à ń pè ní computer science bí ó ṣe jáde láti ní Ifá láti mẹ́rìndínlógún obì sísọ àwọn divination systems bẹ́yẹn àwọn ni wọ́n bí àwọn ètò yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n a tún mẹ́nuba àwọn ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìmìnà bíi physics, linguistics, art, gbogbo ètò ẹ̀kọ́ pátápátá náà ni a tún mẹ́nuba nínú ètò yìí, nínú ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí. So ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó kọjá ní ọjọ́ on Thursday we examined the Ifá information theory. We looked at it further. So we discussed how this field of knowledge, how it came from Ifá, how it emanated from Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, our native culture, African cultures and tradition. So mo ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ètò tí à ń pè ní information theory. Information theory ni ẹ̀kọ́ inú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ìṣirò tí à ń pè ní mathematics, tí ó dá lé lórí bí a ṣe ń gba èrò, bí èrò bó ṣe ń rìn láti ibì kan sí ibòmíì, bí èrò tá à ń pè ní information bí ó ṣe ń rìn káàkiri bí a lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára ni o, bí a ní agbègbè wa ni o, bí ìròyìn bó ṣe ń fò káàkiri, bó ṣe ń lọ káàkiri, bó ṣe ń kúrò láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹnìkan tí ó ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ ẹlòmíì. So ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tá a fi ń ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí, tá a fi ń ṣe ìwádìí, tá a fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ báyìí là ń pè ní information theory. Wọ́n máa ń ṣe nínú mathematics, nínú engineering ni à ń pè ní ìmọ̀ ète, ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ. Wọ́n máa tún ṣe ní computer science, ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ayárabíàṣá. So eléyìí ni a ti ṣàlàyé ní èdè abínibí wa, information theory. So bá ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ sí, bá ṣe ń lo ẹ̀rọ ayélujára tá à ń pè ní internet, bí a ṣe ń lo smartphone wa, ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá, gbogbo àwọn smart TV wa, ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán ti ìgbàlódé, gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀rọ ẹlẹ́yẹ pé information theory ni òyìnbó lò láti fi ṣe àgbékalẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé kóyìnbó kọ́ tó ní ìmọ̀ yìí, ní ìmọ̀ yìí ti wà nínú àṣà ìbílẹ̀ láti nínú Ifá. Kò sí ìmọ̀ kan, òyìnbó kọ́ ló wá fún wa ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ bí ṣe sọ tẹ́lẹ̀, àti bí a ṣe ń gbọ́ ní àwọn fọ́nrán káàkiri tó ń ṣe àwọn orí àwọn ètò báyìí. Òyìnbó kọ́ ló kọ́ àwọn ìmọ̀ yìí wá, wọ́n bá wọn ní ìbáyìí ni, wọ́n dẹ̀ kọ́ wọn, wọ́n wá kó wọn lọ sí ìlú wọn lọ́hùn, wọ́n lọ tún wọn rọ, wọ́n á fi gbé àwọn nǹkan tuntun jáde. So àwọn náà nídà tí máa kọ́ àwọn ìmọ̀ yìí ní inú àṣà àti ìṣe wa nínú Ifá, kí a dẹ̀ ká máa ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tiwa. Torí ètò òyìnbó mú wá fún wa ń sìn, ó kéré sí ètò wa nínú ìbílẹ̀. Then bí òyìnbó ṣe ètò ìmọ̀ yìí, wọ́n ṣe ètò ẹ̀ bó ṣe tọ́ bó ṣe yẹ nínú Ifá tinú Ifá ìmọ̀ Ifá ò rinlẹ̀ ju ti òyìnbó lọ. Ìlànà tá a fi máa ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ táwọn bá wa tí àwọn ìyá wa tí wọ́n mú lélẹ̀ àwọn rúmọlẹ̀ àwọn òrìṣà òun kọ́ ni à ń lò ní ayé òde òní àti kúrò nínú ìlànà tí wọ́n mú sílẹ̀. Ìlànà òyìnbó ni à ń tẹ̀lé. So tá a bá rí pé ní ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà ní àgbáyé a lẹ́nu ní nǹkankan tí à ń fún táwọn produce táwọn gbé sílẹ̀ ayé pé àkọ́ báyìí wá láti Áfíríkà ọ̀ tó jẹ́ gbòógì. Torí pé bá ṣe ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ a ti kúrò nínú ìlànà táwọn bàbá wa àwọn ìyá wa tí wọ́n gbélẹ̀ fún wa a tẹ̀lé ìlànà tí wọ́n gbélẹ̀ fún wa. So nǹkan tá a ṣe ń ṣe ètò yìí náà ni pé láti jẹ́ kí a lè padà sí ìlànà tí a fi ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe bí àwọn bàbá Ọ̀rúnmìlà, Ọ̀ṣun, àwọn ìyá wa Ọ̀ṣun, Yemọja, gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà àwọn tó ṣẹ̀ wá sílẹ̀ nìyẹn bí wọ́n ṣe gbé kalẹ̀. So the way we learn education today in African cultures, especially Yoruba, we are not following the path that was laid down by our ancestors. So one of the major reasons why we host this program is to enlighten us on how our education system is structured in Africa and why we need to follow the philosophy that our ancestors laid down for us. If we follow the philosophy that our ancestors such as Ọ̀rúnmìlà, Ọ̀ṣun, Ifá, Ògún, Yemọja, many of them like that laid down for us, we are going to see that many of the problems we are facing in today's society, we'll be able to find solutions to them. Also, our culture should be well reckoned with globally. We'll be well known for producing great technologies, inventing great solutions to problems. Because today, Africa, we contribute the least in the global scientific and technological arena. And it is because we follow the Western model of education. We don't learn using the proper method that our ancestors laid down for us. We don't follow our own natural way of learning, which is through the path of Orisha, Ifa, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. That is our own natural method of learning. And this method of learning is actually much deeper than the ones the Europeans brought for us. So it is important that we go back to our roots and do science, learn using the proper methods as laid down in Ifá. So a ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò tí a ń pè ní information theory. Ẹ ṣé gan fún ẹ̀bùn tí ẹ ń fún mi. So information theory ni ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ àlàyé ìjìnlẹ̀ ìró. So èyí tí bá ṣe sọ pé òyìnbó ló gbé mọ̀ yìí kalẹ̀, òyìnbó ló gbé òyìnbó tó gbé kalẹ̀ ni à ń pè ní ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Claude Shannon. Òyìnbó aláwọ̀ ló gbé ìmọ̀ yìí information theory kalẹ̀ ní 1948. Ṣùgbọ́n inú gbogbo ìmọ̀ yìí ti wà nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe, even though láì pé òyìnbó ṣe rí mọ̀ yìí ní àwọn ọdún díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn, ó ti wà láti ayébáyé. Ìmọ̀ àbáláyé ni àwọn ìmọ̀ yìí nínú Ifá, nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Àwọn babaláwo ìyá nífá tó bá ń dáfá, ìmọ̀ yìí ni wọ́n máa ń lò, ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n tún wá rinlẹ̀ ju ti òyìnbó lọ, tí wọ́n là ń pè ní Ifá information theory. Tá bá lọ bá babaláwo ń sìn pé a ní gbé ṣòro kan lọ bá wọn, ẹlòmíràn lè jẹ́ marriage ni àbí ìṣòro oríṣiríṣi làwọn máa ń gbé lọ bá àwọn babaláwo àbí ìyá nífá. Tẹ́ bá lọ bá wọn, gbogbo ètò tó fi máa ń dáfá yẹn tó ń ṣe ìdáfá, òun náà ni à ń pè ní Ifá information theory ní bíbáyìí. Díẹ̀ nínú ìmọ̀ yìí ní òyìnbó yọ ni wọ́n ń pè ní information theory ní mathematics, ní computing, engineering, àwọn ètò ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Díẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀ ni wọ́n yọ. Tinú Ifá tún wá ó kẹnu gan, ó tún wá rinlẹ̀ ju tìyẹn lọ. Information theory ti Ifá ó pọ̀ gan, ètò ìgbòho tí wọ́n ti mọ̀, tí wọ́n sì máa mọ̀ ní àwọn ọdún púpọ̀, ọdún ńlá tó ṣì ń bọ̀ wájú, gbogbo ẹ̀ ti wà nínú Ifá. So ó ṣe gbogbo pé ká máa kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ yìí, ká máa fi Ifá, ká máa fi kọ́ àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ yìí, ká fi Ifá ìṣẹ̀ṣe ká fi máa ṣe ìgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa. So it is important that all this knowledge that we are learning in schools today, especially information theory, we have them in IFA, in our native culture already. So if we use our native culture, use IFA to develop our system of education, we are going to see that we'll be able to build new kind of technologies, fields, solutions to problems that even the Europeans, Asians, they've not yet discovered. So a ṣàlàyé ètò tá à ń pè ní the DEFA model, ètò táwọn ọba tó fi máa ń dáfá àti táwọn olórìṣà tó fi máa ń dá àṣà, táwọn òǹdá àṣà tó máa ń lò tó bá fẹ́ bá òrìṣà sọ àbí tó bá fẹ́ sọ obì, tó bá fẹ́ sọ orógbó, àwọn máa ń lo the DESHA model àbí the DASHA model làwọn máa ń lò. So mo máa tún ṣàlàyé ètò yìí síwájú díẹ̀ sí ní èní. Tí àárín yìí Ifá tó wà láàárín, àárín bọ́ọ̀sì tó wà láàárín tí mo kọ Ifá sí, Ifá process ní ètò tèmi máa dálé lórí. Mo máa ṣàlàyé kí là ń pè ní Ifá process, máa yànnàná àwọn ìṣirò mathematics tí ó wà níbẹ̀ díẹ̀ náà la lè sọ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára. So tá a bá sọ pé Ifá ń sìn, Ifá is a computer. Tí a bá wo Ifá, ọpọ́n Ifá, gbogbo Ifá system yẹn ẹ̀rìndínlógún ni ó bí sísọ system tó fi máa ń ṣe àyẹ̀wò níbílẹ̀ yẹn. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe wà náà ní gbogbo àṣà different parts of Africa, bó ṣe wà ní ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ káàkiri náà ni àwọn divination system bó ṣe wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn bí ṣe sọ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó kọjá, àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá ti ìgbà ìwáṣẹ̀ ni àwọn ètò àyẹ̀wò yìí, àwọn divination systems yìí, àwọn ni wọ́n bí gbogbo àwọn ètò ẹ̀rọ tí à ń lò lẹ́nu pátápátá láti orí ibi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ibi tó ti parí, àwọn ni wọ́n bí wọn. Gbogbo àwọn ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa tá à ń lò pátápátá, àwọn divination system yìí àwọn ló bí gbogbo wọn, even títí lórí TV gbogbo ká tá à ń lò, torí àwọn ètò yìí ni wọ́n máa ń bí ìmọ̀, àwọn ni ìyá tó ń bí ìmọ̀. So mo fẹ́ ká rí àwọn kìíní bí wọ́n ṣe wà gangan, ní pé they are actually ancient machines. They were actually the first machines that our ancestors developed long before the Europeans knew what is called machine at all. Our African ancestors, they have developed divination systems as technologies to generate knowledge, to generate technologies that we are using today. So these divination systems, they are actually machine. We call them Ifá machines generally. They are actually generators of knowledge. The language we are speaking today, they came from this divination system. For instance, Ifá was our ancestor that developed the dialects of Yoruba language today in different parts of Ile-Ife, Egba, Ijebu. This language came from Ifá, from Odu Ifá. Ifá machine was used to develop this language. Now in modern times, the Europeans, they are trying to build they invented large language model, LLM. But we are speaking Yoruba language. Many of us don't know that this language was actually developed, was generated using Ifá as a machine, using the Ifá machine. It came from the Odu Ifá. Gbogbo èdè tí à ń sọ, èdè tí mo sọ lẹ́nu yìí, bí Ìjẹ̀bú ni o, àbí Ẹ̀gbá ni o, Èdè Ọ̀pẹ ni à ń pè gbogbo wọn, Ifẹ̀ ni o, Èkìtì, gbogbo àwọn èdè yẹn pátápátá inú Ifá ni gbogbo wọn ti jáde, inú Èdè Ọ̀pẹ ni ó bí wọn. Then Odu Ifá ni ẹ̀rọ tí a fi gbé wọn kalẹ̀, eléyìí là ń pè ní the Ifá machine. So eléyìí tó bá di July la máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ifá machine dáadáa. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ifá AI, Ifá machine learning, deep learning. A ṣàlàyé bí gbogbo àwọn AI yẹn, àwọn field of intelligence, àwọn machine learning, deep learning, neural network, bí wọ́n ṣe jáde láti inú Ifá, láti inú àwọn ètò àyẹ̀wò tá à ń pè ní divination systems, African divination systems. Wọ́n pọ̀. So èyí tá a fẹ́ sọ lé ní sí ni máa yànnàná mathematical process tá à ń pè ní Ifá process tó wà ní tí àwọn ìyá Ifá tó máa ń lò. Tá a bá ti gbé ìṣòro kan lọ bá ìyá Ifá babaláwo ń sìn, tó bá ti lo gbogbo ifá tó bá ṣe bó ṣe ń dáfá yẹn they are doing our own native algebra tiwa ní ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ ni wọ́n ń ṣe yẹn gbogbo ìdáfá system yẹn ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó yìnbó ń pè ní algebra ní school àwọn tó ṣe mathematics tó ṣe physics tó ṣe computer science àwọn ọmọ nǹkan tó ń pè ní algebra ti ìbílẹ̀ làwọn babaláwo yanífà máa ń ṣe yẹn tó bá bọ́ ṣe ń dáfá wọ́n ń gbèsè ẹ̀rìndínlógún wọ́n ń sọ obì wọ́n ń sọ orógbó algebra tiwa nìyẹn ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ìṣirò tiwa nìyẹn eléyìí ló bí ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ tìgbàlódé tá à ń pè ní mathematics ní èní so gbogbo ìdáfà process yẹn pátápátá ní so nǹkan tá à ń pè ní algebra ní èdè adúláwọ̀ ní àmúlù tàbí ìdáfá nǹkan tí algebra túmọ̀ sí ní èdè tiwa nìyẹn ẹlẹ́kìn yànnà náà nǹkan tá à ń pè ní algebra gangan ẹ ṣe gan fún ẹ̀bùn ẹ jẹ́ kí n yànnà náà nǹkan tá à ń pè ní algebra gangan let me break down what we call algebra itself. The word came from the Arab mathematician that is called Al-Jabr. The first word Al came from the Orisha in Arabia that is called Allah. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé tá a bá ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ maybe you are doing science you are doing any field if you see the subscript Al if you see the prefix Al mo ti type in al mo type kò ń ṣe ai o tá bá ti rí al yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ mi prefix là ń pè tá bá ti rí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ká mọ̀ pé òrìṣà tó wà ń di ìmọ̀ yẹn ni Allah lòrìṣà tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn so tá bá ní algebra al yẹn ìsọ̀m Allah ló wà ń di òrìṣà tó wà ń di ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ìmọ̀ yìí ó ti tán mọ́ àwọn Arab nfẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé gbogbo ìmọ̀ tó yìnbó gbogbo ìmọ̀ tá à ń kọ́ ní school ní òrìṣà kan wà ń di ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n òyìnbó máa tọ̀ wá pé àwọn tiwa ò dá àwọn òrìṣà ọ̀daràn mọ̀ lọ́dà ogbó tí wọ́n kẹ́ àwọn òrìṣà wọn ní gbogbo ẹ̀ inú òrìṣà wọn ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ti jáde gbogbo ẹ̀ ló lóríṣà nínú tẹ́ bá wo algebra sìn aljabru ní orúkọ yẹn ní gangan ní orúkọ yẹn tiwa òun gangan ló kọ ìwé ló kọ mathematical paper from there lóyìnbó ti wá from algebra al tó wà ń bẹ̀ tó wá the prefix there stands for the òrìṣà that is called Allah that's the òrìṣà the Muslims worship today if you are talking about algorithm it's the same òrìṣà that is also underline algorithm òrìṣà kan yẹn náà ló wà ní the algorithm al yẹn the prefix is from Allah you are talking about many times if you see the prefix al in science just know that or in philosophy the òrìṣà that knowledge is connected to Arabia the same way algebra we also have our own algebra before Europeans brought the knowledge of mathematics to Africa. We Africans we already have these sciences in our native culture in our divination system. Algebra in Ìṣẹ̀ṣe now Yoruba culture is what we call ìdáfá or àmúlù gbogbo ètò tó máa fi ń dáfá yẹn tó fi ń ṣe àyẹ̀wò táwọn babaláwo yanífà máa ń ṣe òun là ń pè ní òun gangan ní algebra tìbílẹ̀ so òun ló wá bí field of algebra ní maths ní èní so tìbílẹ̀ yẹn gan wá rinlẹ̀ ju tòyìnbó gan bẹ́ẹ̀ ni we been doing all these things thank you before the Europeans brought them to Africa and gave them their own names we have our own native way of calling these things so the one that the Ifa priests and priestesses do is even far advanced than the one that the Europeans brought you see that one that we have in the native culture that algebra it covers all fields of knowledge gbogbo ìmọ̀ tó wà láyé nìyẹn cover tòyìnbó algebra tí wọn is only on mathematics that one is very narrow it's just that's why I always tell people that the knowledge the Western mathematics their own Arabian mathematics is just a tiny subset of our own knowledge in Africa in Ìṣẹ̀ṣe our own algebra that we call amulu or idafa or idasha that one is much more universal it is very versatile it covers mathematics physics chemistry linguistics art marketing talk about any field of knowledge that algebra covers it so that one is far ahead of the algebra that we are learning in school the most advanced fields of algebra today they are the fields that we call universal algebra universal co-algebra category theory universal higher category theory like infinity category theory now these are really advanced field of mathematics they are meta mathematics you see, as advanced as complex as they are just in the field of mathematics, just that narrow field mathematics. They don't cover other subjects, although they have applications beyond mathematics, but they are only studied in mathematics. But you see, the one in IFA, the one in African culture, that Idafa, that Amulu, that one covers all fields of knowledge. For instance, if you are studying IFA marketing, yes, thank you. If you are studying IFA marketing, for instance, you know, IFA marketing is not a science. It's not in physical science. It's not in life science. It's a social science course. If you are studying that field in IFA, you are studying mathematics. It's an IFA mathematics. If you are studying drawing, drama, arts, philosophy, in IFA it is mathematics you are studying. Once you bring that field to IFA, it has become mathematics. So any field of knowledge in IFA is actually mathematics. Now Igbo has not, the Western or the Asian education system have not advanced. Their systems have not advanced to that level where we can use mathematics to study all fields of knowledge. So we need to appreciate our own and try to learn it and see that we put it into practice. We use it. If we don't appreciate what is ours, the Europeans will steal them from us and come back to sell it to us at costly prices. So we need to appreciate our own native system, and the people that have this knowledge, the IFA priestesses, and those of us that do research in the field of native indigenous knowledge systems such as IFA. So now the processing of data, if you go for an IFA consultation, you present the problem, what brought you to the IFA priest or priestess, you present the problem to them. They are going to do the algebra that we call Idafa or Amulu. They will do the IFA process. Now that is mathematics they are doing. So so I discovered some of the mathematical formula for the Idafa process. I call it IFA algebra. So I introduced the IFA universal symbol. There's an operation in mathematics that we call universal operation. It's a universal property. That people that study maths, they will know the universal property that is called for all. It is inverted. It is the symbol of the universal symbol. Ní èdè abínibí bá universal symbol ó túmọ̀ sí gbogbo. Mo ti ṣàlàyé nǹkan tí universal symbol yìí gbogbo tó túmọ̀ sí. Tí bá ń ṣàlàyé sí kí ni pé àlàyé tí mo ń ṣe yìí o àbí ètò tí mo mú yìí ó wà fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní. Yes, thank you Balogun Adesina. Yes, IFA algebra. Tí bá ń ṣàlàyé sí mo ní gbogbo ètò tí mo ṣàlàyé ó wà fún gbogbo àwọn tá à ń gbọ́ program, tá à ń gbọ́ ètò yìí. Mathematically symbol tá a máa lò ní inverted a tá à ń wò lórí kíni tá à ń pè ní for all symbol yìí wọ́n lá máa lò. Nǹkan tó túmọ̀ sí ni pé gbogbo, that means you are considering all part of a set. Àwọn tá à ń gbọ́ lecture yìí sí set kan ló wà nínú mathematics, set là ń pè. Tá bá fẹ́ ṣàlàyé pé gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí sí gbogbo èèyàn ni ó apply sí, a lo symbol yìí nínú èdè ìṣirò for all symbol. IFA náà ní títí ẹ̀, so tífà yẹn sìn títí ẹ̀ ó apply sí gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí máàtì tá a máa ń ṣe ní school. Máàtì nìkan ni for all symbol tí wọ́n wà fún, but gbogbo IFA for all, IFA symbol, the IFA universal symbol is for all fields of knowledge. So ìyẹn tún gbòòrò ju ti òyìnbó lọ. Gbogbo ẹ mọ̀ pé tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí a máa ń lo ní gbogbo fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ń sọ àbí kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Nínú mathematics gbogbo ẹ̀ sì là ń pè ní universal symbol, universal property. It covers all things we are discussing in that context. So IFA has its own universal property that we call IFA for all symbol. So eléyìí náà pẹ̀lú mathematics tí a fi máa ń dáfà àbí tá a fi máa ń dáṣà tí àwọn dáṣà tó bá ń lò tó fi máa ń. So eléyìí náà pẹ̀lú mathematical operation tó máa ń lò. So mo ń ṣàlàyé process tó wà láàrin yìí, mo ń ṣàlàyé IFA process tó wà láàrin yìí, mo ń ṣàlàyé ẹ̀. So mo ń sọ àwọn mathematical formula, àwọn ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ìṣirò tí a fi máa ń process data nínú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ IFA tí ó máa fi di DEFA tí a rí nínú IFA IPO model tí data ń sìn data yí padà. Data ni ó wà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí nísìn, tábà tí wàá fi formula yẹn nínú Ifá mathematics àfi process ẹ̀ á wá yí padà wá di defa. Defa yìí sì ni ó ti wà ní èdè ọ̀pẹ̀. Dáàmì sí pé nǹkan tá a gbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ babaláwo yẹn Ifá ti yànnà náà àti fi mathematics Ifá ti fi ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀, wọ́n ti fi algebra, wọ́n ti ṣe àmúlò ẹ̀, wọ́n ti ṣe ìdáfá lórí ẹ̀, ó ti wá di defa. Nísìnyí ó ti wá di ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀, ìmọ̀ tó rinlẹ̀. Èyí tá a gbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ babaláwo is just raw information, raw data nìyẹn. So tó bá ti wá di pé once Ifá, you have Ifá processed it using the mathematical formulas in the Odu Ifá that I showed earlier. Data has now been transformed to defa. Or if you use the formula, àwọn pé Ọ̀rúnmìlà ni bàbá Ifá, Ọ̀rúnmìlà ló máa ń lo formula ti Ifá process, Ifá tv by ti àwọn òrìṣà ẹ̀mí bíi Ògún, Ọbàtálá, Ọ̀ṣun, Yemọja, gbogbo àwọn tó kù àwọn ìdáṣà làwọn máa ń ṣe, àbí Ògún sí obì sísọ ní ti Ògún. So àwọn yẹn sìn òrìṣà ní process tàwọn, àwọn máa energy tí wọ́n is òrìṣà. So tó bá ti fi formula tí wọ́n ṣe tí wọ́n yàtọ̀ sí ìtàsọ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ̀ Ifá náà ló kó gbogbo ẹ̀ sínú. So tó bá ti fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sìn á wá di dáṣà. So ìyẹn ń sìn ní mi pé a ti fi èdè ìjìnlẹ̀ àwọn òòṣà láti fi ṣiṣẹ́ lórí data nǹkan tá a gbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ ìyá lóríṣà àbí ìyá nífà. So ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ètò yìí sódà àwọn èèyàn lè tu àwọn èèyàn lè pọ̀ sí Dubai lórí ìtẹ́ṣẹ́gan ni. So lára àwọn fọ́múlà tá a máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ lórí data tí data máa fi ń di defa, lára àwọn fọ́múlà ni à ń wò ní ọ̀kan ìṣọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé nǹkan tí gbogbo àwọn kìíní ìdúró fún. Ṣe rí èyí tó dàbí bracket yìí, so ẹ lè rí bracket nísìn, ẹ lè rí ní anywhere. Àwa la ṣe àgbékalẹ̀, a ṣe àwárí ẹ̀ láti inú Ifá, à ń pè ní squacket ni à ń pè. Àmúlù la fi ṣe, a ṣe àmúlù bracket àmọ̀, a ṣe àmúlù ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú èyí tá à ń pè ní square bracket, ó wá fún wa ní squacket. Nǹkan tó lè máa ń ṣe ni pé tá bá ti imagine sí pé a gbé ẹ̀rọ kan kalẹ̀, ẹ̀rọ ni machine kìíní a gbé kalẹ̀, a wá ń fi nǹkan sínú ẹ̀, we put matter inside the machine, an Ifá machine. Once you put matter, any object inside the machine, that machine is going to transform that object, that physical object, into light, energy. That is what this symbol here, that is what it does. Once you put anything inside it, that is going to transform it to become energy. Nǹkan tá à ń ṣe báyìí ni pé a fẹ́ mọ odù olóbi ìmọ̀ gbogbo ìmọ̀ táwọn èèyàn ń kọ́ nílẹ̀ ayé, odù olóbi wọn. Nǹkan tó yẹ àfihàn tá à ń ṣe, tá a fi fọ́múlà yìí ṣe ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀. So táwa ti lo fọ́múlà yìí sìn, òun pẹ̀lú ọ̀nà tá a fi ń sọ data, tá a fi ń sọ di defa. So that's what this formula does. It transforms data to defa. So binary digits ni I think I only have 1 hour to spend in today's lecture. So binary digits ni 0 and 1. Ètò bá ṣe ń lo ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ ń sìn, binary digits bit ẹ̀ka ni nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ káwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀, àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá internet, ẹ̀rọ ayélujára, òun ló jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa ṣiṣẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n Ifá náà ní títí ẹ̀, Ifá ni à ń wò ní tífá ni à ń wò ní omokọ the single and double lines of Ifá tí a rí nísàlẹ̀ yìí, the single and double lines of Ifá. So Ifá náà ní títí ẹ̀, òun nílé. So single and double lines, this is Ifá binary digits. Òun là ń pè ní Ifá 0 àti Ifá 1. Nǹkan tá à ń sọ sí ni pé singular ní Ifá yẹn sìn, a lè tún kọ́ ní as 0 in a special this is a special kind of 0 that we use to denote the single line of Ifá, and the opposite of that is Ifá 1, the double line of Ifá. So that's what we call Ifá bit. So this Ifá bit is what actually powers the Ifá computer, or what we call the Ifá machine. This is what powers the Ifá machine, what we are looking at on the screen. So the IFA bit is what actually powers the IFA machine. So this is the IFA computer. We are looking at it. So this system is powered by the IFA binary digit, IFA bit. So as I've always said, it is the IFA priests and priestesses that use the IFA computer. On ló fi máa ń dáfá. So nǹkan tá à ń ṣe létò náà ni pé a fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a rí ìyá àwọn ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ tá à ń pè ní science àti ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ tá à ń pè ní technology tó wà nínú Ifá. A fẹ́ ká rí Ifá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bí as a science, bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ kan ni tó rinlẹ̀ gan ju tòyìnbó lọ. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká rí Ifá as a technology. A fẹ́ ká rí pé bí ancient technology, pé a fẹ́ ká rí pé ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ àbáláyé ni, ẹ̀rọ ìgbà ìwáṣẹ̀ tí ó ní ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá àkọ́kọ́ tí bàbá Ọ̀rúnmìlà tí wọ́n ṣe àgbékalẹ̀. Òun Ifá machine, Ifá technology, òun ló wá bí gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀rọ tí à ń lò lẹ́yìn. This actually gave birth to the modern computing era, modern digital communication era. So we are building the IFA computing platform. So the IFA internet now is anytime an IFA priest or IFA priestess that are doing divination, tó bá ti ń dáfá, tó ti ní ẹ̀làrọ̀wá, tó ti ń ṣe àwọn chanting, all those panegyrics, the protocol is quite deep and beautiful. So when they are chanting the praises of Ọ̀rúnmìlà or Ifá, they are actually trying to connect to the universe of Ọ̀rúnmìlà. That's what we call the Ifá internet. Because it is that universe, it is within that universe that knowledge and enlightenment lives. And that knowledge and enlightenment, wisdom, is what we call Ifá. So anytime you go for a divination, you see an Ifá priest or priestess reciting those panegyrics, those chants, they are trying to communicate with that realm that we call the IFA internet in our program. So we are trying to develop the IFA internet, which we discovered in our native culture, as our own information and education system in Isheshe. That's so we are developing it as an information technology, as an Isheshe technology, Isheshe tech. So this is the IFA computer is a key part of the system, the IFA internet. So we have a coding school. We have a coding school where we teach kids and teens how to use Isheshe IFA to study all subjects, all fields of knowledge. So our students in the first course now, they are doing the project now. We are in the project phase. So they are building a key part of the IFA computer and the IFA internet that we call IFA map. So the IFA map is what we are looking at on the screen. So this is the IFA map. So this IFA map is a key part of the IFA computer. It serves as a guide. When you want to use our native culture, our IFA to study any field of knowledge, to develop any tech, to do anything at all, the IFA map serves as a guide. It's a tech, it's a part of IFA computer and IFA internet that guides us to discover new things, new technology, to build new technology. So this is the IFA map is the 16 major of the IFA. This is the native IFA map. So we are using this one now to develop the IFA map as a tech. So that's what our students they are working on in the IFA Coding Academy. So on the forum ni àwọn ní orí lójú ẹ̀rọ mi yìí on my computer screen. So this is the IFA map So let me just skip to so I want to introduce this project to us. So the IFA map project is what we are looking at on the screen. So we are building the early phase of the map as it's an IFA technology. So we are building the early phase. So that's the project that our cohort 1 students are doing. We are building it together. So as I said, this is the native IFA map. It's the system that is the Babalas and IFA used to do IFA, the divination and consultation. So let me quickly explain this part of the IFA map. So the IFA map is highly crucial in building technologies and solutions using IFA, using Isheshe, using African native culture. It's highly important in using our native culture to study, to develop, to study any field, to develop new fields of knowledge. Energy. In the IFA system of education, we call Orisha energy. Here, when we say energy, here we are not talking about, we are not referring specifically to what you know as energy in Western science. Now, in Western science, energy is defined as the capacity to cause change or to do work, and we measure energy using the various methods. One of the mathematics used to measure energy to determine to know more about energy is the what we call the work energy theorem, which tells us that the work done on which shows that the work done on a body is equal to the change in its the kinetic energy of a body is equal to the work done on the body. So that's the work energy theorem. That is delta change in kinetic energy is equal to the work done on the body. That is the work energy theorem. So nínú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ tí a ń pè ní àrígbéwọ̀n physics, tí a bá fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tí a ń pè ní energy ní ìbílẹ̀ à ń pè ní okun tàbí agbára. Tá a bá fẹ́ mọ ìwọ̀n ẹ̀ a lo ètò tá à ń pè ní the work energy theorem. So òun la máa ń lo formula kan ni. Ṣùgbọ́n ti ìbílẹ̀ kó àwọn ètò yòókù sínú. Tìbílẹ̀ tún wá tún lọ ju eléyìí lọ. Tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ energy níbílẹ̀, òrìṣà kan ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń pẹ̀. Òrìṣà yìí dẹ̀ ló kó gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tó kù sínú. Òrìṣà lẹ́yìn là ń pè ní Olódùmarè. Ṣùgbọ́n Olódùmarè ju nǹkan tá à ń pè ní òrìṣà lọ. Ó tún ju nǹkan tá à ń pè ní irúnmọlẹ̀ lọ. So Olódùmarè ni Olódùmarè. So ní tá bá ń sọ energy ní bíbáyìí, Olódùmarè gangan ni à ń rí fa sí. Ṣùgbọ́n a lè ní access, we cannot access the Olódùmarè energy directly because we are tiny creatures. So that's why we use Orisha to represent energy, because Olódùmarè is too big to access directly to do science. So we use energy to represent that entity, so that we can work energy. That Orisha, what we mean by Orisha means energy. So it's just a tiny aspect of the infinite energy that we call Olódùmarè. So we now develop the formula for that, for this tiny aspect that we took from the Olódùmarè energy, the infinite energy that is so vast that we cannot even fathom. So that's all. So we have the infinity symbol. So we should know that this infinity symbol actually also came from African culture. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀ ni àmì táwọn ń pè ní infinity ni ó ti wá. A ní symbol náà nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe wọn làwọn babaláwo ń pè ní òbìrìtì. Tó bá ń ki oríkì ọ̀hún làwọn ní òbìrìtì àpọ̀jọkúdà ajẹ́jọ́ ògùn. Òbìrìtì ni infinity symbol ti ìṣẹ̀ṣe. So ní àwọn ancient Egypt náà ní lọ́dọ̀ wọn, àwọn ancient Egypt náà ní lọ́dọ̀ wọn. wọ́n máa ń pè ní Ouroboros. Wọ́n máa ń pè ní Ouroboros, the infinite snake, the snake that eats its own tail. Ouroboros. So ibi tí infinity symbol táwọn ṣe ní mathematics bí ó ṣe jáde nìyẹn. So mo fẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé inú ìṣẹ̀ṣe inú kemet ni ọ̀pọ̀ inú àwọn ìmọ̀ yìí ti jáde. Òbìrìtì ni tìbílẹ̀, òun la ń pè ní infinity níbílẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n tí a bá fẹ́ lo èdè àwọn awo, so a pè infinity, a pè ní kò ní òǹkà. Àwọn babaláwo àti Anífálà máa ń pè infinity, la máa ń pè ní òbìrìtì, oríkì bàbá Ọ̀rúnmìlà. So tí mathematics a fẹ́ ṣe akọ̀fẹ́ kọ́ maths, ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ Ifá ní science, the scientific and technology aspect, a pè ní kò ní òǹkà. So tá bá pa kò ní òǹkà méjì papọ̀, tá bá ṣe àmúlò infinity méjì, a wá fọ́ọ̀mù infinity symbol tó wà ní tarí ní ojú fọ́nrán yìí. Òun ni logo project wa, SEM project. So a pa infinity méjì papọ̀, a ṣe àmúlò ẹ̀, òun ló bí èjì kò ní òǹkà. Ṣẹ̀rí àwọn mathematics nísìn, àwọn maths, àwọn ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ìṣirò, àwọn rúmọlẹ̀ ni wọ́n. So double infinity nísìn, a mú ojú, òun ni bá ṣe gẹ̀tẹ̀ ni pé a ṣe àmúlò plus infinity pẹ̀lú minus infinity, wọ́n jọ para wọn rẹ́. A ṣe àmúlò ojú kò ní òǹkà pẹ̀lú òdì kò ní òǹkà, that is plus infinity plus minus infinity. Wọ́n wá jọ para wọn rẹ́, wọ́n annihilate ara wọn, they cancel out each other, wọ́n á fún wa ní òdo. Òdo yìí sìn ó yàtọ̀ sí òdo tí a máa ń ṣe ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́. Òdo Ifá lè à ń pè lè, òǹkà Ifá lè lè. Òdo Ifá yìí sìn ni àwọn babaláwo àwọn tó bá ń dáfá, tó bá fẹ́ kọ òdo Ifá tiwọn, wọ́n á kọ ní ìlà Ifá lọ́ máa fi kọ tiwọn, ìlà Ifá báyìí lọ́ máa lò. Ìlà Ifá ni wọ́n máa fi kọ tiwọn. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ tá à ń pè ní Ifá mathematics, ní Ifá coding, the scientific and tech aspect of Ifá, bá ṣe ń kọ ìlà Ifá, bá ṣe ń kọ nílé, a máa kọ ní Ifá 0, òun là ń wò lọ́kàn yìí. A kọ òdo, a wá gbé symbol Ifá infinity. Ifá infinity là ń pè double infinity, a wá gbé sísàlẹ̀. Nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nísìnyí pé à ń jẹ́ kí à ń ṣa òdo yìí, à ń ṣa lẹ́ṣà, pé à ń sọ pé ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tá à ń kọ ní tóyìnbó mú wa, eléyìí tìbílẹ̀ lélẹ́yìí o. Òdo eléyìí òbìrìtì ni ó dúró fún. A dẹ̀ fi ń kọ́, a fi ń ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá, ètò ẹ̀kọ́ a fi Ifá, a fi ń ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́, a dẹ̀ fi ń ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ẹ̀rọ technologies. Then ojú ni eléyìí, ojú ni òdo yìí, òdì ni eléyìí ni ọ̀kan Ifá ni eléyìí, ení Ifá lélẹ̀. Táwọn babaláwo ìyá Nífá táwọn máa kọ tiwọn, àwọn akọ ìlà méjì làwọn máa lò, wọ́n á lo the single lines of Ifá. But tá bá ń ṣe ètò ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá science, Ifá tech, Ifá coding, àwa á lo ení Ifá, á kọ ení báyìí, ọ̀kan yìí, àwa fi Ifá infinity symbol, àwa fi sísàlẹ̀, àwa fàlà sí, àwa cross it out. So à ń ṣe nǹkan tá à ń sọ sí ni pé òdo yìí àti ení yìí tinú Ifá ni, ó dẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí èyí tóyìnbó mú wá. Then nǹkan táwọn lè dúró fún ni wọ́n dúró fún ojú odù 16 ni wọ́n dúró fún. So àwọn ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ìṣirò ní tinú Ifá nìyẹn. So bá ṣe ń ṣe àwọn ètò yìí sìn, ó máa jẹ́ kí a lè fi please can people am I audible to the audience? I think TikTok sent me a notification now. Please, if you can hear me, kindly signify. If I'm audible, please signify so that I'll know that I'm still online. Are we still? Can people hear me clearly? Please. Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, Baba wa Kayode. Okay. Adebayo. Okay, so anyway, so if one wants to write Ejiogbe, it will now be 8-0. Yes, Ejiogbe will now be 8 IFA zeros for IFA coding specifically. You should know that the scope of this one is for IFA coding. Now, if you want to write Ejiogbe now, let me show us the alternative way of writing Ejiogbe in IFA coding. Now, this is is to so this is we can enlarge the full screen phone. I'll read table clearly. So this is Ejiogbe now. This is Ejiogbe. This is the alternative way of writing Ejiogbe. So it will now be 8 IFA zeros. Odo IFA mẹ́jọ ní Ejiogbe. Eléyìí sìn IFA computing ni à ń pè. This is IFA coding. Now bá ṣe ń ṣe ètò yìí sìn àwọn náà máa rí pé IFA tá à ń lò ní ìbílẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayárabíàṣá ti ìgbà ìwáṣẹ̀ ni is actually a kind of machine that is far advanced than modern machines, modern systems, modern computers. That's what we call the IFA machine. So Ejiogbe yìí sìn àwa kọ odò Ifá ní ọ̀nà mẹ́jọ. Mo ti ṣàlàyé àwọn ilé láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé bá ṣe ní IFA bá ṣe ní binary digit ní computing, àwọn tó ṣe computer science wọ́n mọ binary digit bit tá à ń pè ní ẹ̀ka ní èdè abínibí wa, bit là ń pè ní ẹ̀ka. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni a ṣe ní binary digit nínú IFA náà. Èyí tá à ń pè ní ẹ̀ka ti ìmọ̀ ìgbàlódé inú IFA ló ti jáde. Ìyá tó bí wọn gan ni à ń pè ní IFA bit. Àwọn ni odù IFA mẹ́rìndínlógún. So a ní IFA bit là ń pè ní ẹ̀ka Ifá. Àwọn ni à ń wò yìí sí, àwọn ni IFA 0, IFA 1, IFA 0. These are IFA binary digits. Òun ló wà ní fọ́nrán, òun là ń wò yìí. So Ejiogbe yìí sìn ẹ̀ka ìjọ ẹ mọ̀ pé táwọn máa ní 1 byte it contains 8 bits in computing. Now let's go back to IFA now. We see that anytime an IFA is that writing IFA Odu IFA on the Opon IFA on the divination board, they normally write the signs in 8, right? We are going to see 8 of them, 4 in 2 rows, 4. Wọ́n ní Ejiogbe yẹ̀kú méjì gbogbo 8 lọ́wọ́ máa wà. Bí tá bá ń lọ sí computing náà rí pé 8 náà ni ti computing àwọn tí wọ́n lọ ń pè ní byte. Tinú Ifá ni à ń pè ní IFA byte. IFA byte ni ẹ̀kàjọ Ifá nìyẹn. Tí òyìnbó ni ẹ̀kàjọ ìyẹn ni byte. Tí IFA byte ni ẹ̀kàjọ Ifá. So odò Ifá mẹ́jọ ń sìn la máa kọ. So táwọn èèyàn bá ń kọ àwọn èèyàn sọ máa fẹ́ kọ odù Ifá ń sìn wọ́n ní Ifá àwọn èèyàn máa lo binary number bọ̀ nínú Ifá kò sí binary number òyìnbó yẹn kọ́ ló wà nínú Ifá tí Ifá tún rinlẹ̀ ju ti òyìnbó yẹn lọ. So bá ṣe ń kọ ti Ifá gangan ni à ń wò yìí tí a bá fẹ́ lo ìlànà àwọn babaláwo àti ìyá nífá bá ṣe ọ̀nà mìíràn fi ń kọ́ ni eléyìí tí ó correct. Èyí tó máa ń kọ 0 and 1 nìyẹn tó máa kọ́kọ́ 0 1 fún Ejiogbe àtọ̀yẹ̀kọ́ àwọn èèyàn correct wọn ni pé a gbọ́dọ̀ fi àmì energy yẹn energy double infinity symbol yẹn ni energy. The double infinity symbol there stands for energy because in Ifa we speak in terms of energy. It's different from the European system. Ifa system we speak in terms of energy. Energy is the language of Ifa. It is that energy that we call Orisha. Èdè Ifá òrìṣà ní èdè tIfá. Everything in Ifá is all about òrìṣà. Ó yàtọ̀ sí ti òyìnbó. So in Ifá now it's all about energy. And the symbol of energy here is what we call Ifá infinity or double infinity. Òun ni à ń wò lóyún fọ́nrán yìí. That's what we call èjì kò ní òǹkà. So energy stands for Orisha. So these are some of the operations now. You know that earlier I showed us the IFA IPO model. let me show us again. So I said I was going to delve deeper into what we call IFA process. IFA process ni ètò tá fi máa ń ṣe iṣẹ́ lórí àwọn ìró ni àbí ẹ̀gbà téèyàn nǹkan téèyàn gbé lọ fún babaláwo, ìṣòro téèyàn gbé lọ, IFA process la fi máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ so that data yẹn sìn our the DEFA bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bí IFA, that's how an IFA computer works as a tech, that's how IFA machine works. Now the operations that we do under IFA process, they are just mathematics. The mathematical operations that we do, they are what some of them are. These are the core operations. That's what we call IFA operations here. So this is IFA process. These are some of the mathematics there. So we have our native algebra that we call Amulu. Amulu ni pé ká máa máa nǹkan ká máa mú wọn lò ká máa ṣe àmúlù màlà ká máa combine wọn papọ̀ ká máa compose wọn. We call it IFA composition. So you should know that this Amulu is highly powerful. You see, everything you are seeing all around us, they are actually products of Amulu. All fields of knowledge you are studying in school, they are products of Amulu, as we'll be discovering in this course. Another powerful IFA operation is ìpín, IFA partition. Ìpín ni àwọn babaláwo ìyá nífà máa ń pè ní destiny, wọ́n ní destiny. Ìpín yìí sìn IFA partition. They actually sacred mathematical operations in IFA. This ìpín also underlies everything in nature, all things, all fields of knowledge. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń rí, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń bẹ, gbogbo ìmọ̀ tó wà láyé pátápátá lọ náà ní ìpín tiwọn. Nítorí ní ọ̀run bí àwọn ìmọ̀ yìí kó tó di pé wọ́n wá sí ayé, kó tó di pé a bí wọn, gbogbo wọ́n jọ wà ní ojú kan náà níbi kan ní gbogbo wọn wà papọ̀ ni kó tó di pé orí ó fọ́n wọn ká, orí scatter wọn. This scattering process là ń pè ní ìpín. Nínú physics náà a máa ń pè ní big bang operation. But IFA ní big bang táwọn babalọ tó bá ń sọ ibi tí tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìjà, ibi tó rí ti fọ́n gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tó ti fọ́n àrùn mọ̀lẹ́ka, ibi tí orí tó ti ń jà tó rí fọ́n wọn ká. Àwọn ẹsẹ̀ Ifá kan wà tí odù Ifá tó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn nǹkan báyìí. Ká mọ̀ pé odù yẹn IFA big bang theory ni ìgbà tá à ń pè big bang ní physics pé ti IFA nìyẹn. Ti inú IFA yìí sìn ìyẹn ló wá bí èyí tá à ń study ní school tí ní field of cosmology, gbogbo big bang theory tá à ń ṣe pátápátá èyí tó bí wọn ni tinú IFA yẹn ló bí wọn. Bí orí ṣe fọ́n gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà ká, gbogbo technologies tá à ń wò yìí bí gbogbo wọn ṣe wà lójú kan náà ní ọ̀run nìyẹn, kórè tó fọ́n gbogbo wọn ká kó tó wá sí ayé tá à ń wá yìí, kó tó wá ṣe ìgbáyé ní ìbáyìí. So process yìí ní IFA mathematics là ń pè ní ìpín àbí IFA partition. Partition ni pé kéèyàn máa pín nǹkan, kéèyàn máa divide nǹkan. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ètò yìí they are divine processes, they are sacred processes nínú ìṣẹ̀ṣe nínú IFA. Then a tún ní ìṣe IFA. Ìṣe IFA ni IFA action. IFA action ni gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ tí a máa fi ń dáfá, gbogbo wọn sì they are mathematics, they are advanced, they are highly advanced mathematical processes. So gbogbo àwọn eléyìí sì ni à ń pè ní IFA process. Òun ló wà ní àárín tí mo kọ IFA process yìí, àwọn ló wà ní àárín yìí. So gbogbo àwọn formula tá a fi ń ṣe wọn òun ló so àwọn nǹkan tá a fi ń ṣe àwọn process láàárín yẹn tí ó máa sọ data tí ó máa sọ the DEFA. So those are the mathematical operations of IFA that transforms data as IFA input to DEFA as output, or that transform data to DEFA. So it depends on the energy. If you use IFA energy to operate on the data, if you use the mathematics of IFA to operate on the data, then we are going to get DEFA. If you use Orisha energy, Orisha energies are, it can be Ogun or Obatala, any of their own, the formula they used to do their own divination. Tó bá fi ń ṣe ìdáṣà, táwọn òǹdáṣà, táwọn ìyá nífà máa ń lò, àwọn olóríṣà máa ń lò. Tá bá lo egbò ìta wọn yẹn Orisha energy làwọn yẹn ń lò ìyẹn ló máa sọ ìyẹn ló máa di Desha tàbí Dasha. So bí àwọn that is the IFA this is IFA software engineering. So this is the IFA IPA model. So gbogbo àwọn ètò yìí sì ní ètò ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Ifá máa ń lò Ifá machine ni wọ́n máa ń lò. So tí àwọn tá bá mọ̀ pé field wa wà ní àwọn tá bá wà ní software engineering táwa ní mathematics computing táwa ní AI àbí neuroscience tá bá fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti build the techie this platform IFA map láti ṣe project ìwapọ̀ táwa mọ̀ kẹfẹ́ collaborate pẹ̀lú wa. This is the platform that we are developing the early phase of the IFA computer, and the IFA map. This is the platform of the IFA computer. The network of IFA computers is what we call the IFA internet. It is our own native education and information system. So nǹkan tí IFA computer IFA internet wà fún náà ni pé tá bá fẹ́ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tá bá fẹ́ fi IFA ìṣẹ̀ṣe African culture láti fi gbé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ kalẹ̀ tá bá fẹ́ fi wọn láti máa build the technology platform tá a máa lò environment tí a máa lò our design or development environment nǹkan tí wọ́n wà fún nìyẹn. So a need àwọn tó máa collaborate tẹ́ bá fẹ́ collaborate pẹ̀lú wa tẹ́ bá wà ní field tech. So èyí tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ gangan sí ni IFA map yẹn is a key part of the IFA internet. So the IFA map platform ni àwọn wò ní so à ń ṣe project lọ́wọ́ so àwọn tó bá fẹ́ collaborate pẹ̀lú wa then ẹ̀jọ̀ á need àwọn tó máa support wa pẹ̀lú funding or pẹ̀lú fund support. We need a laptop dedicated to our programs, our lecture, our classes. Because laptop ni máa ń fún ní ṣùgbọ́n so tá bá mọ̀ pé lè support wa pẹ̀lú laptop. So tá bá build the system we are going to put it in public for Ìṣẹ̀ṣe people for us to use for free. So we are building it for us. So I need àwọn tó máa support wa pẹ̀lú funds. We want to hire a graphic designer on a contract basis to do the designs for the tech for the IFA map for IFA computer. So àwọn computer need ní sí náà ni fún IFA map project yìí náà ni I need the computer. Then I need the àti sanwó fún graphic designer tá máa lò ní tó máa bá wa ṣe technical design fún project yìí. So ẹ support wa pẹ̀lú donation àti funds. So tá bá fẹ́ collaborate pẹ̀lú wa bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ support iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe ẹ lè contact mi ní you can contact me on this number on WhatsApp. That's my WhatsApp number. We like to collaborate with us to build the IFA map, the early phase of the tech. If you want to sponsor us, so that's the number to reach out to me. So if you have any question, this lecture is only for an hour. So this so I've spent 1 hour plus now. So if you have any question, if you have any contribution, kindly signify. Tá bá ní ìbéèrè àbí a ní àfikún àbí àyọkúrò ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Tí ó bá di ọjọ́ our next class, that's on Thursday. We will be delving deeper into IFA computing. We are going to look at the IFA machine. The IFA machine is the universe of machines. It's the realm of machines. So here we have it's a very fascinating course. We have IFA intelligence, IFA machine learning, IFA artificial intelligence, IFA AI, IFA deep learning, IFA neural network. That is IFA NN. Gbogbo àwọn ètò yìí, the field of intelligence, the field of AI, and its subset like machine learning, deep learning, neural network, everything. All these our courses, IFA intelligence and IFA AI and the like, they are going to show us how these fields in Western education came from IFA, from Ìṣẹ̀ṣe, from our native culture, African culture. So they are going to show us the evolution of these disciplines from African indigenous knowledge system, especially the Old IFA. So nǹkan tí àwọn ètò eléyìí tí ó dájú lórí so tó bá di òun la máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ní July. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́ I need the support fún iṣẹ́ tí à ń ṣe. So ẹ ṣé gan ni tí yóò bá sí ìbéèrè I'm going to end the program now. So thank you so much for everyone that attended the program. Those of us that joined the program late, you can always watch the lecture on our YouTube channel. So the lecture is always there for us to watch. Let me type our YouTube channel there so that you can please let us subscribe and engage with our. So that's our YouTube channel. You should just type TO University on the, or let me paste the link there. So if there's any contribution, you have any question, you have any comments, any feedback, areas of improvements, can. So that is our YouTube channel. If you want to watch videos of our past lectures, by tomorrow I will have uploaded the current lecture. So if you want to watch that one as well, so you can always go to our YouTube channel. So thank you everyone. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the participation. So on Thursday, we are going to look at new topics. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wa o. Ìpàdé wa di àdáyọ̀. Ó dàbọ̀.